Science. 9. Neuroscience. Neuroscience, unlocking the mysteries of the brain and nervous system.
1. Brain anatomy. Studying the structure of the brain is essential for understanding its intricate organization and the roles of different regions in cognition, behavior, and body function. By examining the anatomy of the brain, researchers can identify and characterize various brain regions, such as the frontal lobe responsible for executive functions, the hippocampus involved in memory formation, and the motor cortex involved in voluntary movements. Understanding the specific functions associated with different brain regions allows us to investigate how they interact and contribute to complex processes like perception, emotion, and decision-making.
2. Neurons and synapses. Neurons are the building blocks of the nervous system, responsible for transmitting and processing information in the brain.
Studying neurons helps us unravel the mechanisms underlying brain function and communication. Neurons communicate with each other through specialized junctions called synapses, where electrochemical signals are transmitted. Investigating the structure and function of neurons and synapses provides insights into how information is encoded, integrated, and propagated throughout the brain, forming the basis of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors.
3. Neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are chemical messengers that play a critical role in transmitting signals across the nervous system. They are released by neurons at synapses and bind to specific receptors on target neurons, facilitating the transmission of information. Different neurotransmitters have distinct functions and can influence various aspects of brain function, including mood, cognition, motor control, and sensory processing. For example, serotonin is involved in mood regulation, dopamine is associated with reward and motivation, and acetylcholine is essential for learning and memory. Understanding the actions and interactions of neurotransmitters helps us comprehend the underlying mechanisms of neurological disorders and develop treatments that target specific neurotransmitter systems. 4. Brain plasticity. Brain plasticity, also known as neuroplasticity, refers to the brain's remarkable ability to change and adapt in response to experiences, learning, and environmental factors. This plasticity is evident throughout life, but it is particularly pronounced during critical periods of development and after brain injuries. Brain plasticity allows neural circuits to reorganize, strengthen or weaken synaptic connections, and form new connections, enabling learning, memory formation, and recovery from injuries. By understanding the mechanisms of brain plasticity, researchers can develop interventions and therapies to enhance brain recovery and harness the brain's adaptive potential in various contexts, such as neurorehabilitation and learning interventions. 5. Neurodevelopment. Neurodevelopment encompasses the processes by which the nervous system develops from its early embryonic stages to its mature form. It involves the proliferation, migration, differentiation, and maturation of neural cells, as well as the establishment of neural circuits and the refinement of connections. Understanding neurodevelopment provides insights into the mechanisms underlying normal brain development and the origins of neurological disorders. It helps us comprehend critical periods of brain plasticity, the formation of sensory systems, and the emergence of cognitive functions. Additionally, studying neurodevelopmental processes contributes to the identification of potential targets for therapeutic interventions and strategies to promote healthy brain development in individuals at risk of neurological disorders. 6. Neurodegenerative diseases. Neurodegenerative diseases, such as Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, are characterized by the progressive degeneration and loss of neurons in specific regions of the brain. Investigating these diseases helps us understand the underlying mechanisms of neuronal death and identify potential therapeutic targets. For example, the accumulation of abnormal proteins, such as beta-amyloid plaques in Alzheimer's disease or Lewy bodies in Parkinson's disease, contributes to the degenerative process. By studying neurodegenerative diseases, researchers can develop strategies to prevent, slow down, or even reverse neuronal degeneration, offering hope for effective treatments and improved quality of life for affected individuals. 7. Neuroimaging. Neuroimaging techniques allow non-invasive examination and visualization of the brain's structure, function, and connectivity. Methods such as magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, positron emission tomography, PET, and electroencephalography, EEG, provide valuable insights into both healthy and diseased brains. Neuroimaging enables researchers to map brain regions, identify functional networks, and investigate how the brain responds to stimuli or tasks. It plays a vital role in understanding brain disorders, identifying biomarkers, and monitoring treatment responses. By combining neuroimaging with other neuroscience approaches, researchers gain a comprehensive understanding of the brain's complexities and can contribute to the diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of neurological disorders. 8. Cognitive neuroscience. Cognitive neuroscience focuses on understanding how cognitive functions, such as memory, attention, language, and decision-making, are supported by neural circuits and systems. It involves studying the brain's activity patterns and connectivity while individuals engage in specific cognitive tasks. By correlating brain activity with cognitive processes, researchers can uncover the neural basis of these functions. Cognitive neuroscience research contributes to our understanding of human cognition, provides insights into the mechanisms underlying cognitive disorders, and informs the development of interventions and therapies targeting cognitive deficits. 9. Sensory systems. Investigating the neural mechanisms of sensory systems, including vision, hearing, touch, taste, and smell, allows us to understand how we perceive and interpret our environment. Each sensory system involves specialized neural pathways and structures that receive, process, and transmit sensory information to the brain. By studying the sensory systems, researchers gain insights into how sensory signals are encoded, integrated, and represented in the brain, leading to our conscious perception of the world. Understanding sensory processing can help in the development of treatments for sensory disorders and provide insights into the brain's ability to adapt to sensory inputs and environmental changes. 10. Neuropharmacology. Neuropharmacology investigates how drugs and medications affect the nervous system and brain function. It explores the interactions between drugs and neurotransmitter systems, receptor targets, and signaling pathways in the brain. By studying neuropharmacology, researchers can develop medications that modulate neuronal activity, restore imbalances in neurotransmitter systems, and alleviate symptoms of mental illnesses and neurological disorders. Neuropharmacology is crucial for understanding the mechanisms of action of psychiatric medications, developing new therapeutic approaches, and improving the efficacy and safety of drug treatments for brain-related conditions. 11. Neuropsychology. Neuropsychology examines how brain injuries, diseases, or developmental disorders impact cognitive functions and behavior. By studying individuals with specific brain lesions or neurological conditions, researchers can identify the neural correlates of cognitive deficits and understand the brain-behavior relationship. Neuropsychological assessments help in the diagnosis, characterization, and rehabilitation planning for individuals with brain-related impairments. Insights from neuropsychology contribute to the development of cognitive rehabilitation strategies, the understanding of brain-behavior relationships, and the exploration of compensatory mechanisms for cognitive deficits. 12. Sleep and circadian rhythms. The study of sleep and circadian rhythms investigates the regulation of sleep-wake cycles, the timing of physiological processes, and their impact on overall health and well-being. Sleep is a complex process crucial for restoration, memory consolidation, and brain health. Circadian rhythms, the internal biological clocks, regulate various physiological functions, including sleep, metabolism, and hormone production. Understanding the neural mechanisms underlying sleep and circadian rhythms provides insights into sleep disorders, jet lag, shift work, and the impact of disrupted sleep on cognitive function, mood, and overall health. It also informs strategies for optimizing sleep patterns and promoting healthy circadian rhythms. 13. Emotion and the brain. Investigating the neural basis of emotions helps us understand how the brain processes and regulates emotional experiences. Emotions play a fundamental role in human behavior, decision-making, social interactions, and mental health. By studying the brain regions and circuits involved in emotional processing, such as the amygdala and prefrontal cortex, researchers can unravel the mechanisms underlying emotional responses and emotional disorders. This knowledge contributes to our understanding of psychiatric conditions like depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, leading to the development of targeted interventions and therapies to alleviate emotional distress. 14. Neural networks and AI. The study of neural networks in the brain has inspired the design of artificial intelligence, AI, systems. Neural networks in the brain are composed of interconnected neurons that process and transmit information. By understanding the principles and mechanisms of neural networks, researchers have developed artificial neural networks that can mimic certain aspects of brain function. AI systems, such as deep learning algorithms, utilize neural network architectures to recognize patterns, make predictions, and perform complex tasks. The field of AI benefits from insights gained through studying neural networks in the brain, contributing to advancements in machine learning, computer vision, natural language processing, and robotics. 15. Neurogenetics. Neurogenetics explores the role of genetics in brain development and function, focusing on the genetic factors that contribute to neurological disorders and individual differences in cognitive abilities. By studying the genes associated with brain development, neuronal function, and neurological disorders, researchers can identify genetic variations and mutations that increase the risk of specific conditions. Neurogenetic research provides insights into the biological mechanisms underlying brain disorders like autism spectrum disorders, intellectual disabilities, and epilepsy. It helps unravel the genetic architecture of cognitive traits and contributes to the development of targeted interventions and personalized approaches for neurological conditions. 16. Brain-computer interfaces. Brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, are technologies that translate neural activity into commands or signals that can be used to control external devices, such as prosthetic limbs or computer interfaces. BCIs offer potential solutions for individuals with paralysis or severe motor impairments, allowing them to regain mobility and interact with the world using their brain signals. By decoding neural activity, BCIs establish a direct link between the brain and external devices, enabling individuals to bypass damaged or disconnected pathways. The field of brain-computer interfaces merges neuroscience, engineering, and computer science, leading to advancements in assistive technology, neurorehabilitation, and augmentative communication. 17. Consciousness in the brain. Understanding the neural basis of consciousness, one of the most intriguing and elusive phenomena, is a significant challenge in neuroscience. Consciousness refers to our subjective experience of being aware, perceiving, and having self-awareness. Investigating the brain mechanisms underlying consciousness involves studying the coordinated activity of distributed brain networks, the integration of sensory information, and the emergence of self-reflective processes. Although the nature of consciousness is still the subject of debate, neuroscience research has made progress in elucidating its neural correlates and exploring altered states of consciousness. Studying consciousness has implications for understanding disorders of consciousness, such as coma or anesthesia, and sheds light on the philosophical and ethical dimensions of the mind-brain relationship. 18. Neural stem cells. Neural stem cells are a unique type of cell found in the brain that can self-renew and differentiate into various types of neural cells. Research on neural stem cells holds promise for regenerative medicine, as they have the potential to generate new neurons and glial cells in the brain. By understanding the properties and behavior of neural stem cells, researchers aim to harness their regenerative capabilities for treating neurodegenerative diseases, brain injuries, and developmental disorders. Neural stem cells also provide a valuable model for studying brain development, neuroplasticity, and the effects of environmental factors on neural cell production and function. 19. Psychiatric disorders. The study of the brain basis of psychiatric disorders, such as depression, schizophrenia, and autism spectrum disorders, is essential for understanding their underlying causes, mechanisms, and potential treatments. Investigating these disorders involves examining the structural and functional alterations in the brain, exploring genetic and environmental risk factors, and identifying dysregulated neural circuits and neurotransmitter systems. Neuroscientific research contributes to the development of targeted therapies and interventions for psychiatric disorders, aiming to alleviate symptoms, restore brain function, and improve the quality of life for individuals affected by these conditions. 20. Pain in the nervous system. Understanding how the nervous system processes and transmits pain signals is crucial for developing new approaches to pain management and developing analgesic drugs. Investigating the mechanisms of pain perception involves studying the specialized nerve fibers, neurotransmitters, and brain regions involved in pain processing. By understanding the neural pathways and mechanisms of pain, researchers can identify potential targets for pain relief, develop novel pain medications, and explore non-pharmacological interventions to alleviate pain. Advances in neuroscience contribute to improved pain management strategies and offer hope for individuals living with chronic pain conditions. 21. The aging brain. Investigating how the brain changes as we age provides insights into the cognitive decline and neurological disorders associated with aging, such as Alzheimer's disease. Studying the aging brain involves examining changes in brain structure, neuronal function, and cognitive abilities over time. Understanding the mechanisms underlying age-related cognitive decline can help identify early markers of neurodegenerative diseases and develop interventions to promote healthy brain aging. Research on the aging brain contributes to our understanding of the factors that influence cognitive resilience, the impact of lifestyle factors on brain health, and the development of strategies to maintain cognitive function and quality of life in older adults. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and comment below if you agree, or would like to add your thoughts.